Hello. Welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
We're two brothers who love to talk about hockey.
Especially the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, this is TPC Live, Josh. Are you excited?
Absolutely. I love it. I kind of like this format now.
You don't seem excited, Josh. You don't.
It's been a long week.
Oh,
but I'm here. I'm functioning.
You're functioning. It has nothing to do with being a father of three.
No. Well, yes.
It does. It absolutely does.
100%.
But Josh,
I thought you were going to say it. I thought you were saying that it doesn't have anything to do with.
No, it just sounds like you're complaining. But that's fine.
I apologize.
It's fine. It's fine. But everyone, thank you for joining us today for our TPC Live. Excuse my dog, who's barking like crazy in the background.
Yeah, I can hear her.
She's going crazy.
That's the nature of the beast when we go live.
It is. It's
I'm
really
sure one
true.
of my kids one of these days are just going to run by us.
Honestly,
run by here.
Yeah,
so.
Probably. Abby's not here to control the dogs, so
yeah,
free reign.
Just gotta let it go.
Free reign. But that's fine. The mailman will probably be gone pretty soon. But
is that what it is?
I think so. I don't know. I know a lot of you guys are probably watching what Pitt's playing right now, Josh. College
Penn
football
State was playing.
Well, Josh, no one. Come on. It's a Pittsburgh.
Still.
I know. We don't even root for Pitt. You're a Penn State fan.
I'm a Penn State guy.
I'm Michigan State.
They were whooping Delaware.
So Michigan State doesn't play till 3:30, so I'm fine. I know.
I got time.
You
can watch the pregame after.
Oh, I don't like those pregames. Don't like it.
Don't either.
Still, my what is it? My viewpoint has not changed on college football. There's still people who have to take tests.
Yeah.
After that,
Well,
week
wait.
1, Duke. Did you see the Duke player?
Did you see that?
He was like, "Hey, Mr. Professor, can I play late football? Can I have an extension?" And I'm like, doesn't that take you away from the athleticism of what that kid just accomplished? The dude has
Did
to,
you see?
his response.
Did you see the professor's response?
Yeah, basically suck it up. Your lineman basically asked for an extension way before they prep for this. You're a quarterback. You
Yeah.
should
No,
figure it
they
out.
got everything. They got everything done ahead of time.
Doesn't see.
They
That's
didn't
my
ask for an
point.
extension. Yeah.
See, the fact that that's a headline in sports, the quarterback of Duke asked for an extension on a paper, and the professor said, "I ain't giving special treatment to you." And
See,
everyone's like,
so that your takeaway was the fact that he asked for an extension on the paper.
Yeah.
My takeaway was he's already got a paper due. How many weeks have they been back in school?
I don't know.
2 weeks?
Yeah, also, that's true. Welcome to
That's
class.
really quick.
This is the first day of school. You got a 900-page essay due tomorrow.
What?
I don't know.
I get it's Duke, but still, I was like, wait, he wants an extension on assignment that's already due. How long have they
waiting to ask for an extension close to midnight?
Yeah,
dude has a pair on him. When I was in college, I was like, I know I'm not gonna get this done in a week. I'm gonna ask for an extension now.
Yeah.
Not rather than, hey, minutes before. Hey, I just played one of the best games probably in the school's history in a bit. Can I have an extension? And he was like,
because I'm gonna be partying right now.
I'm gonna be
partying. That's essentially what
it's gonna be a party. I don't even have my computer, to be honest. And he's gonna say, and the professor, just not a college football guy, kind of like me. I've been like, yeah, you know what? Are you even gonna make the NFL, bud? Probably not. So who cares?
Throwing shade at Duke.
I'm just throwing shade at college football, to be honest.
It's a great,
and not only
Saturday
that,
with
the whole stuff that's going on with the conferences. First of all, eye-opening world in that, where people are like, well, these schools go to this conference, and since there's only 3 schools in this conference, we're shutting that conference down.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, couldn't that conference just say, fine, these D2 schools, welcome to D1?
No, so I do know that if you transfer up in terms of just an athlete, you have to sit a year out. So if you go from D2 to D1,
yeah,
you have to sit an entire year before you can play again. So I would imagine it's the same concept for a school to transfer up. You have to have all of your athletics just stop for an entire year. And everyone generates way too much money through their athletics for that to happen. So, but I love how we're talking about all of that on this. Usually this is the type of stuff that we talk about before we go live.
That's true, Josh, but you know what I realized? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Hockey season. It's the off season. Yeah. Nothing really is going on. Our highlight.
Football just started.
Football's starting tomorrow, Josh. The real
it just
football.
Started Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you watch that game?
I did watch the game. Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. Do you want to know something?
Real quick on that?
Yeah.
Are you with the entire media in jumping on this Detroit Lions bandwagon now that they beat the Kansas City Chiefs without Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones?
No, Josh. But you know why? Because they're in the division with my team. So I'm not jumping on that.
I figured.
So
I figured.
We just established what college football teams we watch. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. Josh is a
Titans fan. Let's go. Tighten up, baby.
You're probably so confused. All right. Michigan, Minnesota, Tennessee, Penn State. Guess what? He didn't go to Penn State. He has no allegiance.
I did for a year. Hey, I did for a year,
okay,
bro.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah. What was it? Penn State Scranton campus? What was it?
Yes, absolutely, the Scranton campus. For those of you that don't know, Penn State's got satellite campuses all throughout the state.
So not a real school, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
it's like a junior college. It's like a junior college. I'm not trying to throw shade on junior colleges.
I am.
All right.
I didn't finish school, so I don't care. I really don't care.
I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there.
Josh, doesn't matter. We're at the same spot right now, so who cares? Anyway, listen,
Okay.
I'm a Vikings fan. Josh is a Titans fan. I'm not on the bandwagon of the Detroit Lions having any kind of success. I will smile anytime Patrick Mahomes loses. Don't like the guy. Don't like him. So the fact that he threw a couple interceptions, the fact that he looked mediocre out there, puts the mediocre for sure.
All of his receivers wouldn't catch the ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, there's a report they have to go and go, oh, how many completions did Mahomes have? Not a lot. Not
Correct,
a lot.
because every time the ball hit their hands,
Guess
it
what?
fell to the ground.
That paperwork doesn't show, oh man, the wide receivers were having an off day that day. They were just
No, it doesn't.
It shows
But
a mediocre quarterback, Josh. That's what it shows.
But that's built into his incompletions, the low completion percentage.
But it doesn't matter, Josh. He had a mediocre night.
So okay, so hold on here. Are you admitting to everyone right now that you're just a box score watcher? You're not gonna you don't.
No, Josh, I watched the game.
In the tape.
I watched the game, but just like I watched Connor McDavid. All right, that's how I watch Patrick Mahomes. Okay, I'm.
So you hate great players. That's what you're saying.
I love Sidney Crosby. Okay, I love Sidney Crosby.
Just as you love Justin Jefferson.
And exactly. The fact that he's getting shade this year, that he's not the best wide receiver in the league, is atrocious. Is atrocious.
It's too funny.
And for those of you 12 minutes in going, where's the hockey talk? We'll get there. Okay? We'll get there. Not a lot of stuff happening in the Pittsburgh realm. We got a couple hires. Prospect challenges are happening. We signed a couple PTOs. Probably not going to make the roster. And then we have basically just media news, which everyone already knows because we took a break for a week. So it's technically old news. Okay?
Yeah, it's true.
So if we want to talk about football on a hockey podcast for 13 minutes, buckle up, baby. Because that's what you're in for. Okay? Anyway, Patrick Mahomes is trash. Don't like him. You know what I'll admit on that game? Something that I noticed, as well as literally 90% of media and football watchers, Kansas City Chiefs cheating the whole entire game. Their offensive line, their
offensive linemen,
never called. What's that about? Are the Chiefs expected to get handed the Lombardi Trophy this season?
No, that's that guy. Because that guy used
to
play.
No.
Listen. You're not listening to me. That right tackle, okay, who was the one that was the most atrocious. He played for Jacksonville last year. And if anyone knows anything about football in the NFL, the Titans play the Jaguars twice a year. So I know the Jaguars.
Twice.
He did that all the time. That's just him.
So, but
he's not a great tackle, so he's trying to get a competitive edge by starting early and starting. I hear you. I agree with you. And I understand those frustrations as being a Titans fan, seeing that and wanting it called as a fan of the opposing team.
Kansas City Chiefs are cheaters.
They're not cheaters.
Kansas City Chiefs are overrated.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that
they're not overrated.
They won the Super Bowl last year. They're a good team. But
correct.
Do you think they're going to go back to back?
I don't know. This year is so weird. Like, I feel like the
Jacksonville could win it.
Ew, stop. Don't join the media just because they made it to the playoffs last year and played well against
I agree with you.
I don't know who they played. But whatever.
I agree with you.
It's the AFC is so tight. The NFC is wide open. Like, I don't know
Excuse
who
me.
to pick. No, but like for real though. Like,
You
I
know
don't
who
know
to
who to
pick
pick
on
in
the
the
NFC.
NFC.
Josh, you know who to pick in the NFC.
What, you're saying the Vikings?
Dead serious. Honestly,
Still.
here's what I think it's going to come down. People are saying the 49ers.
49ers, Eagles.
No. Get out. No. It's going to be Vikings, Eagles, NFC Championship. We're going to win by a field goal in overtime. Mark that down.
Whew. I will say, since we are a Penguins podcast, we're going to throw some love to Pittsburgh.
No, we're not. Steelers,
Yeah,
they're getting
they look
overhyped.
great. What are you talking
All
about?
right. Kenny Pickett, two small hands. He's all right. Okay. I drive by South Side every day for work. I see them practicing. I'm not seeing what everyone else is seeing. Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Everyone's hyping up the Steelers. Listen,
Yeah.
there's good hype around football teams, but I'm just a little salty because my team never gets hype. Steelers have been trash for the last couple years. And same as you. Josh, we picked the underdogs in the NFL, okay?
Yep.
Titans never get their flowers. Vikings literally have the best wide receiver in the league, and they go, they'll maybe get the wild card this year. Maybe. So we never get our flowers. So the fact that Steelers get a quarterback that does somewhat decent stuff last year, they go, oh, Super Bowl bound, the Steelers. I think we're getting a little excited, Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is they look really good. And for a team that I thought after last year's performance was thinking they'll probably just finish somewhere around 500 again, just because that's what Mike Tomlin does for that team. I think they have a shot at either winning the division or fighting for a wild card game. And that's wild because Kenny Pickett's in his second year? And then you got that receiver George Pickens, who's super young. I think he's only in his second year too. I mean,
Najee Harris as well.
Najee Harris, he's starting to get up there now. He's essentially a veteran.
Whatever,
So
but he's their running
age
back
of that offense.
All I'm saying is, do they look good? Sure. Are they overhyped? Absolutely. Okay.
Wow.
What
right
was,
into the camera.
What? You Steelers fans? Look at me. Look at me. I'm on the side of Mark Madden. Mark Madden, as a Vikings fan, compared Kenny Pickett to Kirk Cousins. He said,
so that's a good thing, right?
Well, yeah, he said he's like, because people are I think in his context, Mark Madden, correct me if I'm wrong, he said that Steelers fans are expecting a Patrick Mahomes from Kenny Pickett. But what they're going to get is a Kirk Cousins from Kenny Pickett.
Which I think would be great.
Which is, first of all, not an insult. Kirk Cousins, top 5 quarterback in the league.
Oh, God. Top 10.
Top 5. Top 5.
I'll give you top 10, but not top 5.
Top 5. Look at the stats.
Top 5 in the NFC.
How dare you? He's number 2 in the NFC.
Yeah.
And we all know that.
So
yeah. See, my point exactly.
Yeah, but he's top 10 in the NFL.
No.
Because 8 out of the 10 are in the AFC.
No, you got Joe Burrow. I'm not putting them in order, but you got Joe Burrow, Bills.
Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
Oh, Josh Allen.
We all know Patrick Mahomes is up there, but I don't want to give him the credit yet. Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Patty Mahomes.
Get out of here.
I'm not putting him in order, Josh. I'm just saying.
Okay, but you still have Justin Herbert. You still have.
Come on.
As much as I don't like him, you got Trevor Lawrence. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got.
First of all, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been good in the last 2 seasons.
He won the MVP 2 years ago.
And since
he had a broken thumb on his throwing hand. So what?
Here's what I'll say. I had the same argument from someone from church, okay? Because I said Aaron Rodgers not like a top 5 quarterback. And they were like, how dare you, right?
Well, he's not top 5. He's top 10.
Well, Josh, apparently everyone has a different top 5, but it doesn't matter. I said Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't put him up there because of his last 2 seasons. And he said, he's making the same arguments you were. And I said, let's figure out this year. He's on a whole new team, whole new situation. Let's see if he's even good. Now, do I think he's going to be all right? Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. But people are saying he's going to win the Super Bowl. Don't think it's happening. Why are you laughing over there?
You're crazy.
What are you laughing over there? Okay. Hey, Josh, we're 20 minutes in. Let's talk about hockey, all right?
All right.
Any last comments on the NFL?
I'm just ready to silence the Titans haters and bury the Jaguars.
Here's my new
Hype.
prediction for 2023, 2024.
Oh, should we do NFL predictions?
Right now,
Let's do it.
the Tennessee Titans
Ew.
will face off the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Even as a homer, I won't go there. No shot.
All right, out of the two teams, the Vikings have the better shot of making the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, because they're in the NFC. They only have to go through.
What are
San
you
Fran
saying
and
that? Why
Philly.
you keep on saying that? NFC has
Well,
some
because-
big hitters.
Who?
Eagles, 49ers, Vikings.
And then in the AFC, you have Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
That's it.
No.
That's
What
it.
are you talking about?
That's it. Tell me another AFC.
Miami's
Don't get me
going to
started
be
on Miami.
good.
No, get out of here.
New York Jets are going to be good.
Just because they have Aaron Rodgers, get out of here. All right.
Baltimore Ravens are good. The Steelers are good.
No,
the Browns are good.
Why did
The
no,
Jaguars are decent.
on.
The Chargers are good.
We're done. We're done with this conversation.
That's half the NFL
All right,
right
all
there,
right.
just in the AFC.
Okay. All right. For a clean transition, Josh.
Yeah.
Super Bowl prediction. You don't need to give scores, but who's going to make it? Realistically, and I will give my realistic take.
Yeah, so realistically, I have a rematch of the Super Bowl. I have the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
See, so I saw on the media, because I'm not going to give them any credit, but they predicted
Like it.
the San Francisco 49ers and the Chiefs.
Hmm.
I don't think the Chiefs make the Super Bowl this year.
Okay.
I think Joe Burrow
Okay.
defeats Jalen Hurts dominantly. So
Wow.
here's I'm like, you know how like the Super Bowl is kind of like, oh wow, it's getting close to the end there. It's gonna be like 48 to like 17. Joe Burrow is gonna go ham. Okay. Joe Burrow's coming off that injury, literally is swimming in money like Scrooge McDuck, whatever.
Scrooge McDuck. That's it. Yeah,
Scrooge
yeah,
McDuck. He's got him banked. He's ready to go win a Super Bowl. The Cincinnati knows something. They know they have a great team. They know Joe Burrow's up to something. He's cooking. He's cooking something.
Baby.
I say
That's a good one.
I say Cincinnati faces off the Eagles, and the Cincinnati dominates Philadelphia. Absolutely. Now, NFC is still up in the air. Do I honestly believe the Vikings could make the Super Bowl? Yes. Realistically, are they going to? Probably not, because we just always seem to choke in big games. So honestly, it could be either 49ers, Eagles in the Super Bowl, but I'm putting money on Joe Burrow, Joey Ice.
Okay.
Or is it Joe Icy? What's the nickname?
No idea.
Whatever.
But I think Patrick Mahomes goes for back to back to solidify his like greatness. And those on the podcast, I have greatness in quotes because he's what, 26, 27? No, actually, I think he's 28 or 29. He's older.
Quick question, really quick, and then we'll change it.
Yeah.
Brett Favre, overall career.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes have a better overall career as of right now?
Mhm.
That's blasphemy.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's get back into hockey. Don't agree with that. Don't agree with that at all.
He has one super. Brett Favre has one Super Bowl.
Tell me
I don't
he's
even
not. We're not.
Listen, I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any league MVPs.
We're not getting into
Patrick
this.
Mahomes
We're not.
has league MVPs, multiples, and
Oh
multiple
my
Super Bowl
gosh.
victories. He's
Oh
already
my
better.
Gosh. Get out of here. As of right now, he's 26 years old. You're saying Brett Favre doesn't have a better career?
Okay, it's not fair because Brett Favre played until he was like 43, and he has like a crap ton of
I know, that's what I'm asking.
yards. So, but what I'm saying is, talent-wise, yeah, he's better. Patrick Mahomes is better. Just watch the tape. He's better.
Better than Tom Brady.
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's not better than Brady. He's not better than Manning. He's not better than Montana. Yet.
Better than Drew Brees. Ooh. Think about it.
Hesitation? Right now, no. Talent-wise. Drew Brees doesn't have
brings
the accolades.
talent? Can I just ask this? Because here's a McDavid and Crosby argument. Just because he runs around flopping the ball, does that create talent? Or
no.
What does? Because
that's improv. That's just his, like, I don't know, just like his reading of the field, which that is part of his talent. Like the way he like reads the defense and reads the fields and sees the openings and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like Manning was really good at that, like seeing where the ball should be placed and putting it right there.
Sure.
So like Mahomes does that a little bit differently because when he scrambles, he goes out, he can see the little pockets that he thinks he could fit a ball in and kind of just makes it happen. But just like in terms of talent, like Drew Brees knew how to dissect a defense up there with Manning and Brady. I mean, they were the big three for like ever for a reason. So Drew Brees is ridiculously talented, and he had some horrible teams. Now, the argument that a lot of people will say, well, where's Ben Roethlisberger on this?
I was
Where's
going to
Eli
ask.
Manning? Okay,
Well,
because
maybe
they're
not
both.
Eli Manning. Let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger.
I think Ben Roethlisberger is more talented than Eli. I don't think Eli is actually a great quarterback at all.
Neither do I. I think he had great weapons to win his Super Bowls.
And an amazing defense.
Oh, yeah,
and
that too.
And that's also my exact argument towards Ben Roethlisberger. He had an elite defense his entire time, like his Super Bowl runs.
Right, when they were really good.
And then all of those weapons at wide receiver. Every year, it seemed like they had an amazing lineup. I mean, you go all the way back to Hines Ward, Antoine Randall, Plexico Burris,
AJ Brown when he was sane.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, AJ Brown is the Titans guy. Sorry,
had all those weapons. Okay, that's when he was good, and also what helped Ben was his stature.
Yeah,
he was essentially a linebacker playing quarterback. So
he was a big guy.
Guys are going to bounce off of him, which is fine. And he had a cannon for an arm. I get it. A lot of people in the league have come in and had a cannon of an arm, but they weren't as talented. And that's kind of been my gripe with Josh Allen. A lot of people love Josh Allen. I think he's just got a cannon and he knows how to move. And I think that's all he's got right now.
Are you ready? You ready for this, Josh?
All right.
Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. Let's talk about hockey.
Oh, my God.
Let's talk about hockey.
We need a whole nother episode for that.
We need a whole new podcast if we're going to talk about football. I was like, should we just do a football podcast? We're 26 minutes in, Josh.
Coming soon.
Imagine we do a football collective podcast.
Hey, if that's what the people want.
Hey,
we'll
if you want a football podcast with a guy who doesn't know anything and a guy who knows more than the average fan, guys, like this, please just let us know. Honestly, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will. I'll talk about it. You'll hear some outrageous takes like I just did, and
like Kirk Cousins is top 5. Like Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. Like, I mean, you know what? Let's not do it.
We're gonna get made fun of. Well, at least I will. Football fans are different from hockey fans. Okay, hockey fans, they're like in their pockets, you know.
Yeah.
And they keep to themselves, and they'll argue amongst themselves.
That's very true.
Because like Penguins fans, if a Flyers fan says anything, they'll just say, "Shut up," you know, like leave me alone. I'll argue about Tristan Jarry over here with fellow Penguins fans. But if someone goes, Tristan Jarry's trash, I'm like, shut up. You haven't won a cup since like 1975. So that's our argument. Like, be quiet. Know your place.
Yeah.
We'll continue
Little
arguing.
bro.
Yeah, little bro. Not the put Pennsylvania's team. Shut up.
Yeah.
In football, if I said publicly, and I meant it, Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes, right? And I stood on a pedestal and I said that.
Are you saying you don't mean it?
I don't know. I say stuff to like stir the pot all the time. But anyway, if I stood up there and I was like on ESPN or something, and I said, like, First Take or whatever, and I said, Josh Allen is definitively better than Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
I get ripped apart by all
You
32 teams' fan bases.
Yeah, you wouldn't be allowed back on TV.
Right, exactly. Mainly because the media narrative wants to make Patrick Mahomes the best. Which they do that. Every sport does that. That's not a surprise. Connor McDavid, NHL. ESPN only knows how to operate in a certain way. We need a hero of the story and a villain of the story. Who's the hero? Oh, it's Patrick Mahomes. Who's the villain? Aaron Rodgers. He's trash. He's not going to do anything. Hero of the story, Connor McDavid. Villain? I don't know. Who is the villain in the NHL? Tom Wilson.
Really?
Tom Wilson's just a villain of every game.
There really aren't any.
Well,
because that's one of the things that I do love about hockey is that it's such
nope. I got one
saturated with talent.
It's Trouba.
Yeah, no one likes Trouba.
Yeah, because he's
from the Rangers.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
Yeah.
Or I got another one for you. Bennington from the St. Louis Blues. Because he always has temper tantrums. He's a goaltender. Temper tantrums. He was all crazy.
Oh, really? I don't mind him.
I know. Yes, but he is known for his temper tantrums. Like, he's good.
That does make him a villain.
Yeah. Anyway, you're right. Here's the problem. As soon as ESPN suffocates the NHL, which it will happen eventually, you're going to see. Yeah, it's a cancer. ESPN is a cancer. I'm telling you. So what you're going to get is a hero, which they're doing right now. They're establishing heroes. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner, the young guys, Bedard, Makar, all these young guys. They're making heroes with no evidence. Like, obviously, there's evidence. Don't get me wrong. They're all phenomenal players. But my point is, like, Austin Matthews didn't have a solid year last year. Oh, no, he did. He did have a solid year. Yeah, he had a great year. He had a great year. What am I talking about? One of these players didn't have a great year. Maybe Cale Makar? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going on a rant, but I'm just saying they put up a heroes, but we haven't found our villains yet. We haven't found our villains. As soon as you'll know when they have their claws in us is when we start seeing media pieces, ESPN actually talk about hockey during the week rather than game nights that something happens.
Game nights, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let ESPN stop talking about basketball in the offseason, and then you'll know NHL has a spot.
Yes. Oh, my word.
I don't need to hear about LeBron James in July. You know?
Yes.
Don't need to hear about it. It's not basketball season.
But here's my counter argument to it. If you're going to do that, fine. Also talk about the other off-season leagues.
Right. Nothing about
bring up whatever Connor McDavid is doing. Bring up whoever you want to talk about. Bring up what they're doing.
They didn't even cover really the whole Kyle Dubas, Erik Karlsson trade. That's a massive trade in the NHL.
That was literally, yes, it was like a 15-minute segment on SportsCenter the day it happened.
And that's it.
That was it.
Imagine if, now this is a award-winning defenseman who has yet to win a cup, come to Pittsburgh Penguins to cup seek. Okay? That's LeBron James written all over it. Okay?
Mm-mm.
No. Seeking.
James Harden.
Okay, great. James Harden. If James Harden.
Damian
Lillard.
Lillard.
Okay. Damian Lillard, if he got traded in the offseason, if he got
which
traded,
he will.
they would be covering for weeks. What led up to it?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Well,
What's
that's why
projected
that's
lineups?
why I'm doing this comparison, because Damian Lillard has come out and said that he wants to be traded.
Okay.
And he has given his team a list. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's the exact same narrative that was with Eric Carlson. But yet we have heard, if you follow ESPN, months about Damian Lillard and the compensation that that Portland should be getting for trading him away. But what do we hear about Eric Carlson? We heard about it when he wanted it, like however many months ago during the NHL awards.
Pause.
And then it was silent.
The day
and
the
then
trade.
The trade happened, and then it's gone.
Which is
like,
bonkers.
What?
You know what's crazy? You know what I know about ESPN? If Damian Lillard does get traded, like Josh said he will. I don't know anything about basketball, so I'm not going to speak on it. But let's say Damian Lillard gets traded to
Miami.
Fine, Miami, right? He goes to Miami. They're going to have footage of his first day in Miami, practicing in the facility, showing projected lineups. Are they contenders? All that stuff. Did you know Eric Carlson already took the ice with the Pittsburgh Penguins in uniform?
I saw that the other day.
We retweeted it. We were excited.
Yeah.
Where was the media coverage? ESPN. If you want more fans like the NHL fans, cover it. This is massive news. Eric Carlson is in Pittsburgh practicing with fellow teammates. Cover it. It's not that hard. What are we going to do if LeBron James is retiring or not? We all know he's not. Stop talking about it. Like, stop talking about LeBron James for once. Stop talking about Patrick Mahomes. I get it now. It's NFL season. You need to talk about it. But a couple months ago was not football season. Come on, ESPN. Leaving it up to stooges like me to talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I was just going to say, this is 2 episodes in a row that we've gone on rants about the media.
And that's what we provide for you.
Last episode, it was me talking about just the talking heads of the NHL not giving the Penguins
it's ESPN.
Enough,
I'm spitting.
Enough credit.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Trash media. Absolutely trash media. No one's allowed to give their honest opinion unless the media narrative. Like I was joking about, but I'm serious. If you go against Patrick Mahomes, you don't get airtime. If you go for Aaron Rodgers during the whole COVID fiasco, you were fired. You were fired. Whether or not you agree or disagree, there is a narrative in the media, and that goes for every sport. Every sport. What we're trying to do here, we have no overhead, Josh.
Woohoo.
It's just us. We give our opinions, and if you don't like it, there's a little button that says like exit. You're free to hit that button anytime.
Even though we like you to stay.
We'd like you to stay. I mean, it'd be nice. It's nice to see people watching, but you know what? I respect you for taking a listen and saying, hey, I don't agree with that. I'm going to head on out. Thanks for your time.
But can we also, in today's day and age, of just everyone has opinions, just like someone said it once. It's been said a million times. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
Why can't we just, like, if we're all Penguins fans, let's just acknowledge that someone else's opinion may not agree with it.
Yeah.
And then just move on. Like, there's
more important things.
I get it. There's certain people that go too far.
100%.
Okay? It's all been chronicled about who these people are.
Pretty good choice of
But
words.
why do we need to, for some of these people,
right?
Why do we need to stoop down to their level?
Right.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
For the Penguins Twitter out there.
Yeah. So,
and while my shout out to Penguins Twitter is out there. Make sure you follow us at Pens Collective.
Right up there. Pens Collective.
So you can disagree with us.
We don't really put a lot of negativity out there. We really don't.
Or a lot of challenging things either.
No. We kind of just, we report what we see, and we usually say things like, hey, was that good or was that bad? And we kind of leave it up for you to kind of make that decision for yourself. But
yeah,
we don't go
fans at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm never going to wish any player harm or wish bad luck on him. When have I wished?
No, I'm not saying that you have. I'm just saying that, like, I've definitely thought it.
I'm not going to publicly tweet it, Josh, and say, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to go out there and say, like,
would never do that.
Yeah. Why would you? What are you trying to gain from that?
Yeah.
So
clout.
Just clout. You're trying to get the Mark Madden effect, you know? Now, Mark Madden is a great reporter. What is
journalist?
Journalist.
I think he's a journalist.
Journalist is a better name. So Mark Madden is a great journalist. He is infamous here in Pittsburgh for his, not outlandish, for his hot takes. But he has evidence to back up his hot takes, but he never wishes anyone harm. He never goes out of his way to be demeaning. He speaks his mind, and that's pretty much it. And I think that is ours. That is us.
And I think why he rubs a lot of people the wrong way is the fact that he's just brutally honest.
Right.
And he, from my experiences from looking at him, because he doesn't, really do too much with the Penguins, so I don't really follow him as well. But he does a lot, from what I understand, with the Steelers and the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what people don't like is the fact that he is a journalist first and a fan last.
Yeah.
He, I feel like, doesn't report based out of like his fandom or his like allegiance to the Pittsburgh area. It's more just as a straight journalist. And if he sees something he doesn't like, he's just going to say what he doesn't like. Because, I mean, when you have that platform, why wouldn't you? Especially when it's your job to do so. Like, you can't, like, that's why, like, I can't get mad at these guys. Like the Titans, they have this one reporter, everyone dogs him. I'm going to say his name. And if the odds are that he's listening are very slim.
Wow, we're doing cause.
Paul Kaharski.
Whoa.
Everyone dislikes him because he will trash the Titans at points. But at the end of the day, he's got no allegiance to the Titans other than living in the Nashville area. That's it. He's a journalist first. It's his job to report on the Titans.
Right.
Truthfully. And that's what he does. And sometimes the diehard fans don't want to hear the truth. And unfortunately, that's what you get.
And all that being said, when it comes to media, when it comes to what we need to report, we're going to speak our mind. We are Penguins fans. That's never going to change. We report on the Pittsburgh Penguins. If we see something we don't like, we'll let you know. If we see something we do like, you'll know about it because I'm usually screaming about it.
The trade for Erik Karlsson.
The trade for Erik Karlsson. Great example. The firing of Ron Hextall. Great example. But when I said Kyle Dubas, I did not want Kyle Dubas. I was still hesitant. Still hesitant. When he made the Erik Karlsson trade, I was like, all right, he's good. He's solid. All right, I'll let him slide. But we speak our minds here. There's no overhead. So you're not going to get the same crap you get from ESPN, from certain people on Twitter. It's literally just me and Josh who are tweeting. It's literally me and Josh who are coming up with the content. It's literally me and Josh who are doing everything on the business side and from content creation. It's literally just me and Josh. So when I say, hey, reach out to us, you're going to get me or Josh. When I say, hey, retweet, like, what do you think about this? You are responding to me and Josh. It is not nothing. And we don't ever want to get to that place. We never want to get too big where it's not a small pocket of Pittsburgh Penguins fans. That's what we like. So with that being said, that's the second time I said it. I keep track of that phrase now. Let's get into some hockey, Josh, shall we?
Yeah, and can I do a little foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing? Go for it, Josh.
Because you were just talking about us being honest as fans and how we're going to evaluate the team. We're coming up on the start of the season, and before the season starts, we're going to have an episode where we're going to dive in deep on the team. Okay, we're going to have projections for the top players. We're going to have season projections for the team. We're gonna give our honest opinion on everything.
Yeah.
So keep a lookout. It'll probably be a series because I don't think we can fit it into an hour. Just because we'll go on a rant here or there about a player,
about football.
And it'll about football. Who
knows?
knows?
Realizing, I'm like, man, that's 20 minutes. We talked about football, but you know what?
So
Josh,
keep an eye out.
Who cares? Who cares that we talk about football?
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for upcoming stuff. It's our stuff. We can talk about whatever we want.
That's right.
Right? All right. Speaking of hockey, speaking about the Pittsburgh
rapid
Penguins,
fire because we don't have much time.
We literally don't have much time. You got to get the quickest rundown. Here's a couple things that are happening while we were gone. I think we mentioned this earlier in an episode. The new Jumbotron is officially up here at PPG Paints Arena. It looks sick. Have yet to see it. I'm pretty sure WWE fans got to see it first.
They were just there.
Which is trash. Why do they get to see the new Jumbotron before hockey fans? That is ridiculous. Not saying that those fans are not hockey fans. I'm just saying it would be nice for the first time we saw that Jumbotron to be the first game of the season. But whatever. I digress.
Got to do some trial runs.
That's
my thought.
Yeah, maybe. New Jumbotron. It looks sick. Can't wait to see it in person. I am still trying to get tickets for the first game of the season. They're expensive now. Erik Karlsson, Sidney Crosby, Connor Bedard. It's going to be electric, okay? It's going to be electric, especially when they call the fans, all the players out for the first time, when they go around the blue line and they salute the fans. When Erik Karlsson's name gets called, it's going to be electric. It's going to be electric. Can't wait. I'm trying to get.
And as always, it'll be electric when Sydney's
name
gets
I
announced,
know.
So.
His name is always the loudest. It's always the coolest. Yeah. It's awesome to be a part. I figured this is what it was like to listen to Lemieux and all that stuff. But all right. After the new Jumbotron, some news from the media, Josh. We went on a rant about media last week. We went on a media rant this week. We'll continue that. Not a rant, but we'll talk about the media. AT&T Sportsnet, which hosted the Penguins games all of last season and for the last couple of years, are gone. It's done. It's kaput. Fox Fenway Sports Group, who owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, decided there's no revenue from this, so why are we doing it? It's based off of what? Colorado? AT&T Sportsnet? Something like that.
To be honest.
They said they want out of it. They're done. So they have a new network. It's called Sportsnet Pittsburgh. And that will be the new home for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, a lot of you will say, what's the point? Doesn't matter. We've seen this happen before. You're right. Except we fired our two TV analysts. So James,
come on now.
Bob Airy and Steve Mears, don't know where I got James, got let go. They were informed when the deal happened to go over to Sportsnet Pittsburgh that they were relieved of their duties, except Dan Potash. He gets to keep his job. He is still going to be the player commentator, the player.
I don't know
What's his
what
job
his
description is.
what his title is. Cool guy on the team.
The guy, my guy. That's his real name. My guy Dan
Yeah.
Potash is still going to be around, and I can't wait. Now, what does this mean for our TV analysts when you see them? I don't know. I do not know where that leads, but I know who we're rooting for. Josh Getzoff.
I got two.
Well, it's Josh
Of course,
Getzoff.
I'm rooting for our guy Josh Getzoff, which was on the pod. Go back, check out that episode.
That's right.
It was a good episode.
Listen.
Took off of work for that. Ooh. Don't tell my boss. But my second, which I don't know if he would do it.
Paul Staggerwine. Paul Stagger.
No.
Paul Staggerwine.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Doc Emmerich.
No, Josh. Doc is not coming out of retirement.
Come on.
He's not coming out of retirement just to be the Penguins TV. No. Although
just to finish with Crosby. Let him sign a contract with Crosby.
Oh, that's
as long
so
as
funny.
Crosby's on the team, he's the TV analyst. And if not, then he's out.
Here I'm gonna put out a little name that maybe some of you may know. Tom Grace. Just think about it. Moving on.
Wait, move Josh Getzoff up. Bring Tom Grace into the radio.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. FSG, FSG. Listen up. Tom Grace, I would say one of the greatest AHL broadcasting guys. He was in Wilkes-Barre for the longest of time. He was our, I guess, I wouldn't say Doc Emmerich. He was our Doc Emmerich.
Yeah. Well, he was the radio, so he was the guy. Why am I blanking on the guy from Mike Lang?
Mike Lang. He's our Mike Lang. Great analogy. Yeah. He was our Mike Lang. We'd always listen to him in the car. He had great, he was like Mike Lang. He came up with nice expressions.
Yes.
He was.
But also very good at his job in that you can see what's going on without seeing what's going on. Yeah.
Tom Grace, if you're out there, if you're interested in this job, we'll make it happen, baby. Josh,
we know some people.
We know Josh gets out. I'm sure Josh gets like, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I'm rooting for Josh. I think he would be phenomenal on TV. I think he is perfect. But listen, before we go any further, hey, Steve Mears, Bob Airy, I know sometimes we didn't always agree with how you guys did things, but you were super entertaining. We spent a lot of time with you guys because we watched all the games. We wish you well. We hope you guys find something really cool. Hope you stay in the Pittsburgh area and figure out how to stay connected. But it was awesome. It was awesome while it lasted. Bob Airy has been here for a very long time. So
yeah.
It sucks to see him go, especially because he was an old Penguin. So it's really nice to hear his intake. But hey, you guys will be missed. And that's pretty much it. It sucks to see you go. But what is it? Don't cry because it's over. Cry because it happened.
I like it.
So
it's nice. A little moment of silence.
Just that moment of silence. Yeah, I guess they died. Steve Mears will be fine. He's talented. He'll get a job somewhere else. Yeah. Speaking of getting a new job, we got some new hires. Like that transition, Josh. It was good. Doug Wilson.
It's like we've done this a few times.
It's like guys, come on. We're taking way too long on this podcast, Josh. All right, we got a new hire. Senior Advisor of Hockey Operations, a SOHO, if you will. SAHO, a SOHO. Doug Wilson. He came from he was all over the place.
He was everywhere.
But most recently, wasn't he with San Jose?
I missed his most recent.
Erik Karlsson. I think he signed Erik Karlsson, did he not? Did he help? I don't know. I could be talking on my butt. I really don't know. I'm going off of pictures I saw on Twitter. Okay, they could be photoshopped. I really don't know. But Doug Wilson is our new Saho. So he's going to be helping Kyle Dubas, and kind of we're building a strong team in the back end of the organization, which means whenever you see them build and build and build in the back end when it comes to player development, hockey operations, they are planning to build a dynasty. Everyone wants to be on board because something exciting is happening.
Yeah.
When you see only like 4 guys in the operations, that may not be good because they're just going with what they know. Penguins want to win the cup now, and they want to win the cup in the future. They are building something here, so get excited for that. In the back, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm sorry. In terms of hockey operations,
yes,
I believe Amanda Kessel is a special assistant to Kyle Dubas, right?
Manager.
Yeah. I saw something that she wants to be a part of that new women's
hockey league, the
hockey league.
PWHL,
something like that. Yeah.
So
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if we're gonna let her do both, but I mean, that'd be cool to see her back on the ice. I mean, she was good for Team USA.
Oh, she's gonna play. You mean? I thought
she wants to play.
Why not let her do both?
That's what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is really, I'd be interested to watch that, first of all, but second of all, just to see her back on the ice, because I liked watching her when she was on Team USA.
Yeah, me too. She was really good.
Yeah, she
wasn't the captain, was she? I think she was assistant captain.
Don't say.
She was really good.
I don't want to.
Hey,
yeah.
Women's. Oh yeah, never mind. I answered my own question. I was gonna say, is women's USA hockey better than men's USA hockey? And I'm like, that's a tough one, because in soccer world, the women's are so much better than the men's. But
I don't want to get into the weeds here.
Okay? Don't get in the weeds. But I'm going strictly off of wins, not going off of talent, pay.
Okay.
I am not talking about that conversation. That is a whole different conversation that we could have. Men playing hockey, women playing hockey, 2 different sports. Okay, one's allowed to hit, one's not allowed to hit. Game is different. I'm not saying they're not talented. Okay, for those of you who are listening. Not saying they're not talented at all. Not saying they don't deserve money. All I'm going off of is wins. Who wins more? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the women's.
Women's soccer I think you're wins right. more than men's.
And I think you're right about the women's hockey too.
Because they always go to the finals, right?
Just because like men's Canada is just so
win every time.
Good.
And so are the women's.
So good. Well, but I don't think they always were.
No, they weren't. I think it was women's USA hockey was always good. And then Canada, like with Nurse and all that, those chicks.
Yeah, Nurse is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, before you guys cancel us, just know. All right? Calm down. We're not talking about that stuff, okay? Jeez, I knew it. I saw your eyes. You were like, I don't want to get in the weeds here. I was like, listen, we're not getting in that conversation right now. Oh, we're not.
This is what happens when we go for an hour.
I know. We just ramble on. We're not even halfway through our list, Josh.
What?
We got Jennifer Bolano.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not her full name. Excuse me. Jennifer Bolano Ridgely. I'll go with that. She got promoted to Chief Communications Officer. So there's kind of like a different pockets in the organization. You got the players, the coaching staff, the hockey operations, and then behind the scenes stuff. I believe this is where she got promoted to, behind the scenes. Chief Communications Officer. So whatever that entails, I'm not saying it's not a great promotion. I'm sure it wonderfully is. I just don't know what that means in regards of the Penguins organization. But congratulations, Jennifer.
She's going to be responsible for all the communications. The
Wow, Josh, that was
no, yeah, I know that sounds horrible, but like the hiring, she's probably going to be enrolled. Like, she's probably going to be helping hiring the new people for the TV and or radio, and
I see.
then
Yes.
she'll probably be responsible for any type of like news articles that come out,
Right.
any type of public releases. All that stuff is going to be her.
Yeah. So all that stuff. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what you do with that position. We hired some. Well, we didn't hire. We gave professional tryouts to a few people. Now, professional tryouts do not mean they're on the roster. It means they're welcome to put on a Penguins jersey for a few days, see if they can crack the roster.
Training camp?
Yeah.
What? A training camp, right?
They put on a Penguins jersey. They practice with the prospects. They practice with the roster. They see if they can crack the roster. That's literally all a PTO is. Mm-hmm. Josh could get a professional tryout if, doubt it. No, I'm not saying currently with your hockey. I'm just saying if you played hockey and you were really good, they could go, we're going to extend a PTO to Josh, see if he could crack the roster. Kind of like a Kurt Warner situation. Or is that not correct?
Okay. Just from my looking into these guys a little bit, they have played professional hockey in the NHL.
I'm talking about you. That's a PTO. You're a Kurt Warner situation.
I'm a Kurt Warner situation. These guys are not Kurt Warner.
No, they played last year.
All played.
Yeah. They played last year. So a PTO is just like, we'll see if you're worth signing.
Yes, correct. We don't want to put ink to paper and give you money yet.
Yeah. We'll see. Can you keep up with us?
Yeah.
We'll see. Now, Josh, who are those guys?
So it was 2 defensemen and a forward. The forward was Austin Wagner, 26-year-old wing. He played both sides of the line.
Nice.
And then we had 2 defensemen. I'm going to butcher these guys' names, and I apologize to them in advance. 31-year-old defenseman Mark Pysyk.
Love it.
And then 25-year-old defenseman Libor Hajek. However, those are the 2 guys. I saw someone put out there that maybe one of those 2 defensemen would be fighting with Chad Ruhwedel for the last spot on the defenseman pairing. Who knows? I have no idea who's going to be on the bottom defensive pairing. Like, whoever Mike Sullivan puts out there, I'm pretty much going to say, okay.
It's really hard because our bottom 6 isn't, first of all, brand new guys. Honestly, it's a whole new team this year.
Except Drew O'Connor
and Jeff Carter. Those are the only 2 guys that we know are on the bottom 6. Other than that, new guys. Defensively, it's about pairings now. So who knows what this is going to be like? So to your point, whatever Mike Sullivan does, I'm just going to go. All right, buddy. We'll find out. We got to get used to saying Asiari or Akiari, whatever his name is. We got to figure out how to pronounce these guys. It's going to be an interesting year. We have a lot of new guys coming into the team. I don't know why my voice just cracked their team.
That's all right. Going through
puberty. All right. We have a lot of guys joining the team. We have you all right over there? Hey, nap time's almost over. All right, these kids are waking up.
Nap time is over. I hear them running around upstairs.
Oh, all right. So really quick, we have some new guys joining the team. We have a prospect challenge that's happening, I think, coming up. What prospect challenge is putting all our prospects on the team, facing off other prospects, just to see how they operate in a game. Basically, preseason.
Yeah.
The preseason.
If anyone watches basketball, NBA Summer League. Just think of that. NBA Summer League.
There you
All the
go.
prospects. You're not going to see any headliners. Just go out and compete against each other.
To crack the roster. It's all about cracking the roster.
I don't know though, because like I don't think any of our prospects are going to be like the ones that are going to be NHL. Yeah. I don't think any of them are on the
Well, let's see.
On the prospect roster.
Let me look up the roster real quick.
Like it's not Drew O'Connor, it's not Puustinen. I don't think it's those guys. I think it's guys like Pickering and Yeager, like the guys we just drafted. I don't think it's going to be
you're
Puustinen. Right? Is Puustinen in there?
No.
Yeah. It's not like him.
So it's literally the guys who aren't going to crack the roster. That's what it sounds
correct. Like. Yeah. It's just to see if they are legitimate prospects. That's what it is. So because now instead of you watching them play against guys who aren't going to make it to the NHL, they're now playing against guys who are going to make it into the NHL. And are they legitimate enough?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Well, and if you're interested in that, they have some games upcoming, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in those prospects.
Games.
Yeah, those games. But preseason's coming up soon. We're going to go over them live, Josh. Well, we're going to go live after the preseason games. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see about that. Who knows? But all right, guys, that'll do it for this episode. Man,
jeepers.
What an episode. Woo. Roller coasters. We cried. We laughed. We grew as a fan base. Before we go, we are partnered up with Yin's brand. Down below, you'll see the scroll. A discount code TPC15 gets you a 15% off discount code on your first purchase at shopyins.com. That's shopyins.com. All your cool stuff on there. There is the Eric Carlson t-shirts. We just had a giveaway. That went really well. We have so much stuff coming up. Our shirts will be up there soon. So if you guys want to rep the Pens Collective brand, those t-shirts will be up there very shortly. So we're excited for you guys to see that. Josh, where can these people find this podcast? And also, where can they watch?
Yeah, as always. So the audio version will be uploaded to Spotify. That's the main spot where you can find the strictly audio version.
Right.
And then, of course, you can get it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anything like that, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And then for seeing our faces, this new format that we're doing, we will be streaming live to Twitter as well as YouTube. And I don't know if you can rewatch on Twitter, but I know you can rewatch.
You can rewatch on Twitter and YouTube.
So. Okay. So on YouTube, I know, and you can't go to videos, the videos tab. You got to go to the live tab,
and then see all our videos on YouTube.
You'll see the videos. But if you're new to us, it's at Pens Collective. That's where you can find us on Twitter and YouTube. Now, when you're searching us for the audio version, it is the Penguins Collective, the full thing. So
that's
right here.
Yeah, there you go.
The Penguins Collective. That's what you're going to type for the audio. Mm-hmm. At Pens Collective is what you're going to use for the visual. Twitter/X and YouTube.
That's correct. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this roller coaster of an episode. We are serious. If you guys want to see other sports, we'll talk about it. We really will. Whatever will keep you guys entertained. Would love to do it. But that'll do it for this episode. Josh, as always,
let's go Pens.